I don't even care how exhausted I look right now because I am exhausted. But happy Friday, guys. Guys, apologies, I literally look so exhausted, but it's because I've had a full week of work. Well, not a full week, I took some time off this week because I wasn't feeling good physically because of my endo. Let's get into that. So today I'm going to be talking about endometriosis, which is something that I get to struggle with. Making this video is actually because March is Endometriosis Awareness Month. So what endometriosis is a chronic disease that affects 1 in 10 women. So you might know somebody who has endometriosis, or you might be somebody who has endometriosis, and it affects everybody differently. There is the endo that physically bothers you, your cycles, just your day-to-day life. So there are multiple forms of treatment for endometriosis. It is not something that is a curable thing. It is something that is manageable, something that you can definitely work around kind of thing, but it is not something that can just be cured, unfortunately. Anyway, more about endo. It affects every person differently. It can flare up any time, but it flares up for me the worst when I eat red meat, and I'm also noticing gluten is affecting me too now. So currently I am on one medication for endometriosis, and it is called Orilissa. It is a very expensive medication. Right now it costs me about $236 a month Canadian to purchase that medication because I do not have any health coverage. My meds just recently went up, and I'll have to take the Orilissa twice a day now because my endo is the state that it is right now. And that medication cost also went up to $450 a month, which is very expensive, especially when you're as young as I am. And you might be thinking, well, Mel, you live in Canada. Why don't you have free healthcare? Coverage for medication is different. And in Canada, if you're under a health benefit plan with your government, it's a lot of money, especially if I was to be working like a minimum wage job. That's a lot of money. And then there's the endo that's more like dietary targeted, and that can have to do with the foods you're eating, which I find definitely some foods help more than others, and some foods affect me differently. I get cramps similar to period cramps, but often they are worse than period cramps. Yeah. If you're on a health plan in Canada, you know that the government only pays a certain portion for those drugs, and they have to be on the formulary and accepted. Well, Orilissa isn't. And honestly, I'd really like to start a petition to have it on the formulary, because young women my age should not be paying $550 a month just to get some little bit of relief from endometriosis. Maybe I'll link one below. So the cost of my drugs is actually about half of my paycheck from my one job, and it's $525 a month, which is a lot of money considering I'm only on 3 medications. I'm also being put on an estrogen pill right away to kind of help balance my hormones better and to balance my endo better. And that I think is like $25 to $30. I could be wrong, it could be more, but that's a lot of money. That's $550 a month. That is like half of my paycheck. It's insane. So it's not just Orilissa that I'm on. I'm also on naproxen, prescribed naproxen for my Orilissa. I am on 500 milligrams right now of naproxen for my pain. I also have just been put on an opioid for my pain because at times they can get unbearable and like I cannot walk. There are times that I'm curled up on my bed in pain. So, yeah, it's pretty serious, but it's definitely manageable. So, the opioid drug that I'm on cost me about $50 a month, and then my naproxen only cost me about $25, which is actually pretty reasonable. So, altogether, a month I pay for my drugs, and the cost of that. I just wanted to stand up and finish filming this video for you guys because endometriosis is such a unheard of chronic disease, and like I said, it affects 1 in 10 people who have a uterus, and that could be you, that could be somebody that you know, that could be your cousin, your aunt, you know, somebody in your family, they could have it. And so this video is just to really spread awareness about it because it needs to be talked about. We need to break the stigma about endo and start talking about it more openly. There are a few support groups that you can reach out to. I'll link those below for you. If you have endo or somebody you know has endo and they're needing some other support, you know, extra support, I really encourage you to check out those groups and check out those supports. I highly recommend as well, just something that I do to help me with my endo. I highly recommend a heat pad. A heating pad is super essential for people with endo. Whether it's electronic or, you know, it's just a hot water bottle, those things really help. And, you know, if somebody you know or somebody that comes over to your house often, or, you know, just even your significant other, maybe they have endo, maybe that's why you're watching this video. Well, the best thing you can do for them is give them a heat pad. I promise you, it takes the edge off a lot and it really helps. As well as ice sometimes, not directly affected to the area, but even if you were to wrap it in a washcloth, or you could wrap it up in like a towel or something. And ice is also a good one, but don't do heat and ice, do one or the other. Anyway, that's pretty much all I have for you guys today. I just really wanted to talk about endometriosis and make a video about the awareness because it's so not talked about, and just it's time to end the stigma on endo. So if you like this video and you found it helpful and you enjoyed just the topics of conversation, let me know in the comments. Let me know what you guys want to see more from me and my content. As well, please leave me a message or just something, you know, even encouraging. That will help because us people with endo, we really go through it and it's hard at times. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure to comment, share, subscribe to IETL, and yeah, thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one.